So on Christmas, I was playing Cluedo with my family and I was looking at the Cluedo board and I was like, right, we have to build this in The Sims. This is going to be such a fun video. So I'll show you what my Cluedo board looks like, the one that I use, and then let's get into the speed build. Okay, so I'm going to be looking down a bit because the screen I'm looking at is down here and you're up here. Okay, so you're probably going to get a little bit of the chin. But this is the Cluedo board that my family have. What's mine actually? But that my family uses. I need to remember to look at the camera, not the screen, because I'm just looking at myself. So you've got the hall where you come in, then you've got all the different rooms, you can see it, and then a little guest house in the corner. I need to stop jiggling about because my camera, which is actually just my iPad, is balanced on my duvet, just scrunched up, so very professional. So that is the Cluedo board that we use. There is a picture on the box. There's only one picture of the exterior of the house, and it's this. Looks nothing like the interior floor plan at all. Where's this wall of windows? It makes no sense. It clearly doesn't actually function as a floor plan. I mean, the house didn't even have stairs to get upstairs. So I had to make a couple little adjustments, but other than that, I followed it pretty strictly. So let's get right into that speed build. So let's get right into the build. A quick thing first, by the way, I've just got over a nasty cold, so my throat is really not sounding great. And also, I haven't posted on here in like 8 months. Oops. So here you can see I'm trying to make the floor plan, obviously, and I'm trying to follow each square on that little, like the game squares that you move along, is a square, a tile in the game in Sims. Wow, that made no sense. I hope that made sense. But the proportions didn't work out completely perfect, so I had to kind of adjust some bits, but it worked out in the end. And I just want to, while we're watching this, go through a couple quick things. First off, oh my god, I am wearing a top. I'm just gonna like hoik it up because it's Betty Boop. I mean, it's adorable, but it looks like I'm not wearing a top. So, yeah, you can see me building, yay. But a couple quick things are that this channel, I love making Sims content, and I will be posting Sims content on here, but I've decided this channel is just going to be like, just me. Not just me playing Sims, it's just going to be me doing me things. And one thing I want to do, I recently, in September, that's not even recent, oh my god, I bought a vintage camper van and I want to post some adventure videos in that. I also want to post videos like touring alternative homes and things like that, and going around looking at interesting spaces, and then possibly then building that space that I've just toured in The Sims. I've got one already filmed. I'm also going to film a little tour of my van, but I can't build that in The Sims. It's not possible. But there you can see I've just got the layout done, and I'm adding on a little upper floor, even though obviously there's no upper floor in that little floor plan, just to try and make the front have that look just like it does on that picture on the bottom of the box. Oh wow, my voice is like, ah! I've used a throat numbing spray as well because this is really painful. This hurts and it's like nearly gone. It was so bad. So you can see I'm choosing a front door. I think this one looks pretty similar to the actual one. And I was being really picky on some of these details, like what the doors look like, because obviously there's loads of them, so they need to look decent. And in the actual floor plan on the Cluedo box, all the doors are open because you're going in and out of the rooms. That's kind of the concept. If you've not played Cluedo, that's the concept. But I didn't want to fiddle about making like open doors in The Sims and stuff. It just sometimes looks a bit, it can be done well, but these doors that I chose didn't fill the full height of the wall, so that wouldn't have worked at all. And then I tried so much to make this bit with the platforms and the steps going down into the pool room, just like on the box, and I got it looking alright, but it just, you can't build pools within platforms, which I didn't realise while I was doing this. And yeah, so I spent ages doing that and it just didn't work out. And then I tried to make the pool the shape that it is on the box, but the pools in The Sims don't have, you can't make curved pools. You can make curved platforms, you've got curved walls, curved fences, but still no curved pools, even though we had those in The Sims 3. Yeah. Sims 4 slander. But yeah, then we went on to the patio, because now I've got all the general everything placed, all the doors and everything. And so I started working on the first room, which was the patio. I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason to what room I chose to start on or anything, just the patio. So yeah, I think this ended up looking pretty similar to the picture on the game, in the game. What's it called? The game board? I added those benches over there from, I think they're from the desert kit. I wasn't actually sure what was over there on the picture, to be honest. It could have been benches or flower boxes or whatever, but I thought that looked pretty similar. And then made these little sort of gardens with the sand. I thought these looked really cute. The platforms kind of messed up the placement, so I couldn't put anything right in that corner there. But it still looks cute. It still looks fun. And now we're onto the hall already. That was quick. So the trophy case is an important part of the game, because trophies are actually a weapon in the game. I don't know how many of you will have actually played Cluedo or not. I love Cluedo. But yeah, trophies are one of the weapons that someone could have been killed with. It's a murder mystery game. So I made sure to include that, but I put the stairs over where that was, because that kind of worked with the layout, and I thought a hall would have stairs in it. Just so then I could still put, there's lipstick, oh my god, that's gross. So I could still put the upper floor and try and somewhat make it a functional house. I'm really happy with the rug that I chose. That 100% looks like the one in the game. Oh, if you can see this, that is an unfinished painting. Ignore it, I haven't finished it. It's been months. And so yeah, I mean, the hall's done. And then in my mind, I wanted to do tiles, just like on the game board. Somehow we don't have those. They're the simplest friggin' tiles. How do we not have those? So I had to go with these like bougie gold grouted tiles. And then I wanted to do each square where the game piece starts, if you can see on the little, on the game board. I feel like that's not what the game board. I feel like that's not what it's called. What's going on with my brain? But I wanted to put the little coloured tiles, but Sims 4 did not come through, and I could not find those anywhere. There's a few bits of random furniture in some of the hallways, so I just placed those. And then onto the next room. So curved walls, I don't know if you saw when I was building this, that curved wall did not want to place. It was being really annoying. And also this door ended up changing, so ignore her. But there are secret passageways underneath this house. You can see on the board it's like secret passageway from kitchen to observatory, and your character can go through them. And so I built them. I had to use ladders, even though they have stairs in that, because the stairs, the hole wouldn't just be one by one tile, and that just didn't work with the proportions. And I feel like a secret passageway should have a ladder. It feels more secret passageway. But yeah, the desk was the hardest part of this room. We can't build these like custom desks. There's a word, but I can't think of it. Modular desks, like they have on the board, on the picture, but I kind of did what I could. Obviously the functionality of this house is just out of the window, like not in my mind. I'm trying to make it as true as possible to the board. So like the chair for the desk isn't, you can't actually sit at the desk, you'd have to move that. But it's just a bit of fun. And the house itself is functional still. Oh, this is annoying. I placed this here being like, oh, it's the trapdoor that covers up where the ladder is. These all got deleted at one point. Oh, my throat's bad. I'm going to mute that cough because that was loud. They all got deleted at one point, and I just thought, screw it. Nah, they're not going back. So, yeah. Also, the proportions of this sofa, I'm not happy with. The sofa looks so skinny. Theirs looks kind of chunky, but I did my best. At least we've got modular sofas, so I could custom make the specific shape. And some of the furniture is interesting, and it looks kind of odd, and doesn't really go together. But I was doing my best, and then like the egg chair, oh my god, how have I only just realised we don't have egg chairs in this game. They are my favourite type of chair. They are iconic. They're like 60s masterpiece, and we don't have them in the game, even though we've got all of that mid-century furniture. So I had to kind of do my best, but it just looks so weird, this like lonely little random chair in the middle of the room. I also wish we had more pillow items that didn't have children's patterns on them. And that lamp, that whatever it was called, eclectic house or whatever lamp, I love that. I'm obsessed with that, and I need to use it more often. The cinema room was so simple and easy to make, and I think it's probably one of the ones that looks the most like the game, because how could it not? It's so easy. The only thing that kind of annoyed me was that back wall behind the screen. There, on the border, it kind of looks like there's red curtains behind the TV, and I tried, you'll see me try and do that. I could not get that to work. I tried to make it look kind of cute, just put it maybe the edges. It was just being annoying. And so then all of the chairs and things are placed on a bit of an angle. There's a lot of stuff like that in this game that's kind of like a bit askew, if that's a word. And it's supposed to be, you know, a crime has happened in this house. It's a murder mystery. Things have been knocked and bumped, and so I used a lot of alt placing things kind of on an angle and stuff, and I quite like that. I thought that was kind of fun. So yeah, and you can see that red tile on the left in the hall. That's one of the bits I was on about earlier, where your game piece starts on a tile, a coloured tile, but I just put them all red. I thought it looked alright. And so now we're already onto the spa, which is one of my favourite rooms in this house. And I just think my recreation of it turned out really good. I think it's probably my favourite, and that was so unexpected. I was just kind of like, it's just a little spa room. I would never play with that if I was actually playing in this house. I don't think it's functional. I'm gonna be honest, I do not think it's functional, because the pool, which I've used as kind of like the jacuzzi hot tub situation, is placed in a hole within platforms. Also, the platforms kept deleting the ceiling. It was all being a right bother. And so, yeah, but I don't actually think your Sims can get into that pool. So sorry about that, but it still looks cute. And it looks like a real fun place to be. This cup is covered in lipstick. It's disgusting. I feel like this is just such a weird house. Such a strange layout for a house and stuff, and like obviously it's a board game, like it's not going to actually be a realistic house, but like could you imagine when they were making this and they're like, ooh, what does a millionaire have in their house? A spa with a little hot tub? The humidity in that room, that would be so moldy. Oh, I should have put a vent on it. And of course I made the water that like sparkly crystally blue, because these rich people, they can afford to have sparkly water. Not sparkling water, which is a drink. Oh my, I'm home alone and the cats keep like, shut up. Can you hear that? He's jumping on things and shouting at me. If you hear a cat meowing, don't worry, he's fine. He's just really a big attention seeker. So, now we're already onto the kitchen. And so the proportions are off, everything is kind of off, so I did my best. But yeah, it's kind of, it's the worst room. Let's be honest, it's the worst room. And then I realised this was like poking through the wall and stuff, and it took ages to place, and it was really annoying, and then they were deleted anyway, so what was the point in that? So we're just going to ignore that while that happens. I keep sitting like that, and then it looks like I've got no top on. I really like the secret passageway concept. I think that is so much fun and something I would never think to add to a Sims build. And like, I mean, because I guess in some ways it doesn't really function in Sims, like they don't know that it's secret. You could do something to make it secret. I guess you could have locked doors and things, but I think it's fun. It's something I wouldn't think to add to a build. So yeah, you can see this is kind of a weird kitchen. And again, you see I like alt placed the stools away from the island counter to make it look more like the game board. I just feel like that's not what it's called. But again, functional wise, if you wanted to play in this house, just move them next to the island counter and then it's fine. And it will still look just like the game, just not exactly. There was a fruit basket item I was looking for and I could not find it. I found out since that it's from Parenthood, I think. I hope, because I want to use it. So I hope that's where it is. But like, I wish you could just type fruit basket or fruit bowl and they would, all of them would come up, because there's quite a few in the game. And things like that, like just type vase. And even if the vase is called like ocean blue ornament, or that it would just come up. Anyway, this was annoying because the chairs all kept attaching, oh god, that's not the word, onto the table, and so they all need to be kind of placed a bit askew, and if they're attached to the table, they're going to be perfectly straight. So that was kind of annoying. Also, I put 2 dining tables because the one on the board is so chunky. It's such a fat dining table that I was like, oh, we don't have that in The Sims 4, no. So I had to kind of custom build that. It looks all right. And then on the table on the board though, they have their dinner, and it's, you know, like half eaten and thrown about a bit. It's a murder scene. So I just kind of placed some like mugs and tea and things on the table about, and I thought that will do, but I could have used like debug and stuff and placed food on that, but I just couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered. And now we're onto the pool room. So it's all just one level. We don't have those nice little steps like on the board, so that is kind of annoying. I wish, why can't you place pools in platforms? It doesn't make sense. Also, I can't get over how long it took us to get platforms in this game. Ridiculous. But this room is kind of cute and fun. Not something I would think to build in a Sims house, just a pool in the middle of the house. And the windows are kind of fun, but again, you're going to have problems with mold in this room. Maybe that's just me coming from a humid country, like England is humid. Right now it's 62% in my room, and I'm thinking, that's not too bad, that's pretty good. And that's terrible. But yeah, you're going to get problems with mold. Someone should make a Sims mod. moldy stuff. Only I would find that interesting. Anyway, then I wanted to kind of whiz through the upstairs, and this is not the upstairs. What am I on about? We get to that point though, but right now we're on the guest house. Okay, so I'm on the guest house right now, and I think this one turned out quite accurate. I thought we were on the upstairs because I was placing a bed, and I was like, there's no bedrooms downstairs. Guest house. Like the sofa with the stuff thrown over it and the cushions, perfect. Absolutely, like chef's kiss, that is perfect. I don't get what's going on with this like strip of wood and then some carpet, but that's what it looks like on the board. Gotta go with what the board says. But I think this is one of the most accurate rooms as well. It does kind of go off the edge of the board, so I was like, I assume it stops here. It's kind of a weird guest house, like they haven't got anywhere to sit and eat or cook. I guess they just go in the main house, but I don't know. I don't have a guest house. So how would I know? But I thought, like, if you could fit a kitchen in your guest house, would you not? Or a bathroom? There are no bathrooms on that whole floor. Oh, and then I realised when you zoom out that the door was disappearing. So I had to place 2 smaller doors because that works better on curved walls than one big door. Curved walls do not function. And so now we're moving on to the upstairs, and I've just realised I did not place anything on that balcony. There's nothing on the balcony in the picture, so I think we're good. So yeah, I don't even think I put tile on it though. Oh my god. The build is ruined. The whole build is ruined. So yeah, we're getting on to doing some of the outside, roofing it and everything, which, oh, it looks awful. And so yeah, I was only really focusing this build on making the layout, the floor plan, look like the game. I wasn't focused on it actually looking like a good house, but I did my best. My best wasn't good enough. It still looks awful. And this bit, this bit was annoying. I placed some like little bushes around the guest house, and the amount of times I moved this house, and then I had to move all the bushes and move the terrain paint. Why didn't I leave that until I was happy with all of the placement? Have I accidentally, what's happened? My laptop has frozen? Oh. She's doing something. My laptop is having a moment. Okay, so my laptop had frozen and it was just paused on one of them bushes. But now we're on to finally the upstairs. So I wanted to make these rooms look fitting to the rest of the house. I didn't try to make them look good. This is not my idea of a good room. That has to be clear before you see how awful these look. But I think they really, really, really fit with the rest of the house. So I thought, like, rich people things, they would have a lot of clothes. So they got this like clothes rack. I put all the clothes in black because this is a murder mystery. So funeral clothes, you know, they're rich, they go to all these funerals of all the murder mystery stuff. This is the vibe of the game, you know, it went with the vibe. And then a few bits of clutter, because even though the furniture is sparse, they like clutter in this game. They seem to like putting bits of clutter. And then I felt like some of this furniture looks so random and doesn't fit together. And I was like, yeah, we're on the right track then. This is how it's supposed to look. And then I copied over the sofa style from the living room and put this little round sofa like that on a little round rug. Honestly, if that was styled nicely, I think that looks cute. I would use that in future builds. I think that looks fun. It's such a strange house. It's like 2008 rich person house combined with like classic rich people stuff, and it's kind of weird. Also this board, this game, I've had it since I was like 8, so it's from like 2008 or something, I don't know. I feel like not an appropriate game for a child. I don't know. And then I put a pool out the front and tried to kind of match the picture from on the box. There we go, got my words out. Tried to match it to the picture from on the box, so I put that pool out the front, and then I had to recenter the house, move those bushes in the terrain paint, and it was kind of annoying. And then I just kind of tried to landscape it, do the best I could with the awful house I had. I mean, IRL, if I had this house, I wouldn't be too upset. I'd probably sell it and get a nicer house, but it's a horrible house. So we're almost done. We just got to landscape a little bit more. I put this, because that door was going out to nothing, so I had to, like, you know, put some gravel, put a little something. And I thought that looked kind of cute. Maybe the observatory, they open up those doors and do their observing. But, you know, you gotta have something there or it looks ridiculous. And then I had to fix the underground tunnels, which was annoying because they couldn't go under the patio because that is a lowered platform. Makes sense, it makes sense, but it's annoying. Oh, my hamster's awake. Well, one of them. And so, yeah, just fixing this, and then of course I had to put flooring down and stuff because otherwise it just looks unfinished. And I think at this point, building the underground tunnel is when it messed up and deleted all of the like little hatches that go over the ladder entrances to the tunnel. But now we're pretty much ready for the tour of the build. So here's the outside. Like I said, it's not good. It doesn't look good at all. I mean, it kind of goes with its surroundings. I think this world was the best one I could choose out of all of them. But it still looks bad. It looks bad. So here is the hall and the giant plant. Some of these hallways are, I realise, so skinny, and some of them are like double width, triple width. Doesn't make any sense. But there you go. And then you've got the observatory, you've got your little desk. It's basically an office. I would call it an office, but it's the observatory. And secret tunnel entrance. And then all of the lovely rooms. I don't really know what to say, like to narrate this. You've just seen me build this. You've seen it. You know the drill. But yeah, this is the office. And then you've got your living room, scattered cushions on the floor. Wonder what happened. Was it a murder? Yes. There were some points where items like double placed and it was really annoying and I delete them. My mouse doesn't work very well. not replacing it. Works well enough. It's a wireless mouse and it doesn't work with my laptop very well. I can hear my little hamster. Oh, I see her. I love her so much. There we go. You got the patio, which looks kind of like a fun space, to be honest. The kitchen. Oh, it's all stained by the fridge. Oh. The dining room, which looks ridiculous. Like, why is your dining table shoved up one end of the room? Why? The pool. And I don't quite understand the windows in there, to be honest. I'll be honest, it looks odd. It looks strange. But it's kind of fun. It's a fun little concept, I know, but it's weird. And then upstairs with these like very empty looking bedrooms and a bathroom. I think this is the point where I realised I forgot to put furniture in the bathroom. Oh my god, no, I did. There's one point where I realised I forgot to put furniture in the bathroom, but because it was sped up like 12 times or something, you don't see that like little pause of like, ah. So, yeah, I'm too giggly for this friggin' thing. There we go. It looks so much like the board. I am really impressed with myself. And that's the end of the build. So I'll get up the board, a picture of the board. We'll do a little compare-y. My family just came home. I know I feel really awkward recording. Bad timing. So, I'm going to be speaking a little bit quieter. Looking at these side by side, they look pretty similar. Obviously, like, there's things that stand out straight away, like the pool isn't curvy-wurvy, the doors aren't opened, and the main tile in the hallways is completely wrong. Just wrong. If we go kind of like room by room, the observatory, let's give them all like an out of 10 rating. Also, yeah, I put too much black eyeshadow, ignore it. Let's give them all like an out of 10 rating. So like the hall, obviously I added the stairs to it, but for matching this, I'm gonna give it, I'm really bad at giving ratings. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7, yep. For the actual like main hallways that you walk through, honestly, I'm gonna give that like a 4 because the tile is wrong. The observatory / office, honestly, the desk is what throws me off. The desk is pushing it down, so that's getting like a 6 out of 10. The living room, this is just, I'm so bad at this, oh my gosh. The living room's getting a 7. It's pretty good. I did the best with what I had, but like that sofa is throwing me off. But in general, I mean, a 7 is harsh. An 8. I'm giving it an 8. The theatre, 10 out of 10. And the spa, honestly, 9 out of 10. That is very similar. Even the clutter items that I placed are very similar. The patio, now that I look them side by side, I missed a plant on the left. I missed whatever that is in the right hand side. Oops. So I'll give it an, oh my gosh, it doesn't look as good as I thought. I'll give it a 7. The kitchen bothers me, the scale is off, we're giving it a 6. The dining room. The dining table, the scale is so off. A 6. And the pool room, honestly, the windows are perfect. They match so well with what's on the board. I'm gonna give that an 8. I think that's pretty good. And then the guest house, I'm gonna give that an 8 as well. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions for similar videos like this or any Sims builds that you want to see me do, I struggle to come up with ideas, so drop them below. I hope you're excited for the new content that I'm planning for the year of 2023, and I'm gonna mix it up, post some new stuff on here, some different stuff that isn't just to do with Sims, and I'm quite excited. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, because one of my goals this year is to grow this channel and actually post at least a couple times a month. Thanks for watching, bye!